I've lived in Zagreb now for 5 years, and as I've said many times, for me it's the best place I've ever lived. I love exploring the city. It's fantastic. It has so many museums, attractions, things to see and do. But I've always been curious about discovering what's behind me. Mystical Bear Mountain, Medford. Join me today as we go on a little tour of the things to see and do on this wonderful mountain which overlooks majestically the capital city of Croatia. There are no prizes for guessing which is the most prominent building on Bear Mountain, and that is behind me the Medford Fortress, which was built in the 13th century by Bishop Philip, initially to keep away the Tatars from invasion. It became something that really protected Zagreb, and actually it was never actually invaded itself over the centuries, but it's been protecting Zagreb now for 8 centuries. And when you look from the city, you see this imposing fortress which is just surrounded nestled in a sea of green, of forest and so on. There's been an extensive renovation of the fortress in recent years, and it's now opened with a really fascinating visitor centre which takes in all the history of the mountain and the surrounding area. So let's go take a look. One of the great spots to come up here is Honka Meadow, which is very well known as a melting pot of places to chill all year round. It's a really good picnic spot. There is an excellent restaurant just behind me, Mala Honka, and this is a place where families come up for picnics, bring the badminton. It's just a great family place to chill out. There's hiking routes, so it's a good hiking thing. In the winter, this is one of the top spots to come for sledding, so you go down here, and just really it's a nice set out into the forest, really nice natural vibe, and a great sort of family place to come. So here on Honka Meadow, this is a very popular place to gather for picnics, and there's great food behind me. But it's really nice to see people of all ages out here today, and we've got this lovely lady here. Tell us what your name is and who you are.
I'm Gabi. I'm a Croatian mountain leader, and today I have a guided group here. I'm guiding hiking about 80 kilometers on Medvednica for families and children, okay, to show them the beauties of the mountain.
And how often do you come up to Medvednica?
When I'm in Zagreb, every weekend.
Really?
So, yes, it's my favorite place.
Okay.
And as a mountain leader, I need to explore new hiking trails. Sure.
And so if you were to try and explain to somebody in the city in Zagreb why they should come up here, what would be the main reasons you would say that they should come here?
Okay, I will say them, look, life in downtown is can be stressful, and if you have a problem, you only need to go into the woods, hike in silence with friends, and then the solutions come up. Correctly. And then when you are on the top, you look down, you look at the roofs, the small houses downtown. Everything is so small. And then I tell to them, look, these are your problems downtown.
Brilliant.
They're so small. Yeah. Because when you change perspective, when you go up, then new horizons are opening and solutions are coming. So.
This is the lady with the mindset that could change Croatia. Honestly, we need more of this, honestly. If everybody felt the same way as this, we'd have a different country. One of the things about Bear Mountain is that it arouses different passions in different people. We're here now at Honka Meadow, which is this beautiful picnic area we've mentioned before. But now, if we go down here, we're going to a little project from a man called Vladimir Horvat. And between 1946 and 1953, he single-handedly built the Horvat Steps, which are 500 steps in a different part of the mountain, made out of stone. It was a real project of passion and an absolutely sensational walk. And after the 50th step, stop, take a look. The view is absolutely sensational. Let's take a look. While much of the attraction of Bear Mountain is obviously above ground, there's also another story to be told below ground, and the sixth largest cave in all Croatia, Betternet Cave, is also located on Medved itself. And this is a really fascinating look at how things used to be. The cave itself is accessible for tourists for the first 380 meters only, during which the expert guide will take you through things that you'll find in the cave, such as fossils from sea urchins. There's a jaw of a cave bear. The Neanderthals, who are the original inhabitants of this area, used to worship the cave bear in their religion, and so this is one more connection between Bear Mountain and Zagreb today. And it's most famous for its bats. There are 16 different types of bats which live in the cave, 12 of them permanently inside. And in order to protect them during the very important and vulnerable hibernation period, the cave is actually closed to visitors during the winter period. So this is one more sign of how the authorities are working to preserve nature and have sustainable tourism. Another reason to come up the mountain, of course, is for the food. There's absolutely fantastic hearty cuisine up here, and so there are a lot of mountain huts and traditional small family businesses that have been catering to hikers and day trippers for many decades here. And the selection of food up here is very traditional, it's very hearty, very wholesome, and it's a great place to come up, socialise on a Sunday at the weekend, hike up a little bit, come with friends, sit down. Let's take a tour to see what's on offer. As with most things in life, getting an early start to a great day is recommended, and if you come up to Bear Mountain in the morning, you just leave the city in this wonderful forest, come up for breakfast. We're at Puntiarca, surrounded by beautiful trees. There's a little vibe going, people are coming to go inside, and these prices are pretty insane. And as you can see, they're preparing everything really sort of hearty kind of food. I've decided to go for the cherry strudel. Let's check it out. Awesome. One of the other attractions underground, which is quite interesting, especially for younger people, is the Zerinsky Mine. And this is a former mine in beautiful forest, really birdsong and so on, and the contrast between working in a mine and being out here in this nature must have been quite stark. It was opened in the 16th century by the famous Zerinsky family. They found galena, which is the lead zinc ore from which you can get silver, and they had 30 miners at a time working 10 to 12 hour shifts down here in really basic conditions. The mine was never very profitable, and so it was closed by the Zerinsky family in the mid-17th century. And then for centuries it was left completely abandoned. The only thing that would actually move in the mine was when there was an occasional landslide in the abandoned shafts. And then in 2004, the local authorities decided to try and turn it into some kind of attraction. And so now what you have is this visitor centre. You can go down and experience it, put your hard hat on. It's a nice alternative experience for kids to go and explore a different side of mystical Bear Mountain. This is Croatia, and you won't go very far before you come across a church wherever you are in this country, and the same is true on Bear Mountain. Behind me we have the Chapel of St Jacob, which is a Gothic construction which was built in 1847. It's a beautiful divine spot, and there's benches around. You can sit and just be with nature, forest all around. It was built on the ruins of a much older church, a wooden church dedicated to St. Barbara, who is the patron saint of miners. And obviously we have the Rudnik mine here, which we've just seen. The thing I like about the mountain is that it seems to have something for everyone. And you can find your own peace and tranquility. If you want to be here and have a bit of time just with your faith, that's fine. And overall, I think it's just a nice little addition, and let's go on and see what else we've got. Back in the 15th century, there was a very terrifying ruler called the Black Queen, who was in Medved Fortress. And she was very, very cruel to all her subjects. And there was one particular case where there was a drought, and the only water source left was the well in the fortress itself. And all the local people went to the Queen and begged her to give her water because they were dying of thirst. She refused, and they went back into the forest, and suddenly the spring that hadn't been there before appeared and saved their lives. And they were drinking from here at just the same time that the Queen's well dried up in the fortress. And so this is why this is called the Queen's Well. It's an idyllic spot just by the road near trail number 13, quite low down the mountain, and just the sound of fast running water with these magnificent trees in nature. It's just fantastic. And the water is very, very fresh today, and you'll actually find locals that are passing by, and they'll stop and they'll fill up their canisters like this guy over here. Great stuff. Exchanging the life in the city for the fresh air out here in the mountains is a wonderful thing. It's a short drive away or by cable car. And when you come up here, you have a range of hospitality, lots of restaurants, but also if you're looking to stay here to get away for a few days, there are some options, including Thomas Labdom, which is something of a Bear Mountain institution. It was built in 1936. It's a fully functioning hotel with swimming pool today. And a lot of Zagreb people have used this for events like weddings and christenings and so on, because it has a lot of space inside, the food is excellent, and this is something that is part of the Zagreb psyche really, and people come here and it's got a very special place in people's hearts. And I love the little details here. We have this fantastic piece of woodwork here. This is a snail, and then over here we have a bear and its cub. One of the great additions to tourism on Bear Mountain in the last couple of years has been the opening of a fantastic bar/restaurant and viewing spot at the very top of the tower here. The tower was opened in 1976 and was used for a communications tower for radio, TV and so on. And it was taken over a couple of years ago. There was a concession, and the first sort of bar has been put in here. There are plans also to put in another facility in the floor below. It opened on the 29th of April 2023. We are now at the highest point of Zagreb, which is 1,034 metres. The tower itself is an additional 82 metres on top of that. And this is really the top of the mountain, the top of Zagreb, and as you can see the view below. One of the exciting things just sitting in that panoramic bar watching things is on a clear day, you can see to the Julian Alps and to Austria. You can see everything on Belebit, you can see straight through Zagreb towards Slavonia, and you have a completely panoramic view. And when the weather is a little bit chaotic, just sitting there and watching it is better than television. What I like about this is it has a very good family feel. You can see there's kids games here. They have a great sort of drink selection. They don't have a kitchen upstairs, but they do have a grill terrace, and you can order and it comes up in the lift very, very quickly. So it's a place that you can eat as well. And really just trying to get out of the city, you've got the cable car which comes up just there, and then you hop into this and here you are, and you're in a completely different world, and then you go walking around in nature. It's fantastic. And trust me, I've been here for the first time. I'll be back very soon. This is a really, really special addition to both Zagreb tourism and mystical Bear Mountain.
Sljeme comes into its own, of course, in the winter months as it turns into a very popular winter sports destination, and it has some great skiing and also sledding, and you can get up with a cable car, and there aren't many places in Europe where you can leave a capital city, get a cable car and be on the ski slopes within just a few meters. And it's a really, really nice family atmosphere in the winter time, and the restaurants are all going as well, so it's a great place to come in the winter to get a nice hearty meal and enjoy the snow with the kids.
fabulous things to find on mystical Bear Mountain, where nature truly does welcome the city. I think the thing that's really impressed me about all this is that how much this has become almost part of the living room of Zagreb itself. You now have free cable car tickets for residents of Zagreb. You have season tickets here for the tower, for example. They've got a fantastic bar downstairs, great atmosphere there for all the families with games for the kids. But you also have so many people that come up hiking every weekend. This is a chance to get out of the city, to walk, to hike for about an hour and a half, to come up, sit down, have a coffee, get into nature, leave the problems of the city behind them, have lunch with friends. And more and more people are sort of coming out here up here, and it's done in an extremely good way, I think. And there is so much more diversity to this mountain than I think even some locals give credit for. And it truly is a place of great discovery. And the weekends particularly are very, very vibrant as everybody comes out. There's a really good atmosphere. It feels like a community. If you come up here, you're kind of part of a team, really. And so I've had a wonderful, wonderful time. I love coming up here. And I'm definitely going to come back and explore more. And I encourage you too. So, mystical Bear Mountain, where nature meets the city. See you there.